So before communicating with a partner that has, let's say, an opposing attachment style specifically, I would recommend that you take these 6 steps and that you take the time to really go in and get into a meditative and observant state within yourself and go through them before you try to educate them about attachment styles. Okay. Because as I said before, if you have an underlying agenda, they are going to sense it a mile away, and it's gonna shut them down emotionally to whatever content you're trying to share. Okay. So the first step is, what do you imagine saying to this person? I would have you literally write out the specific words and statement that you intend to make, that you are imagining that you would make, and just let it be the first thing that's coming to your mind. Just write it out. The second thing is to ask yourself, what do you hope that is going to accomplish? And this is the action or the behavior that you hope this communication is going to inspire in your partner. By educating them in this way, what expectation do you have? What amount of energy do you have tied up in them responding in a certain way? Okay. Then the third step would be to look at what you are intending. So the intention has more to do with the emotional motivation behind your communication. So the first thing is, let's just backtrack one more time. What do you imagine you will say? Write that down. What do you hope it will accomplish? That's the action or the behavior that you're trying to get them to physically do, right, in the physical world. What do you, or to say, right? What do you intend? So that's the emotional motivation. This speaks to the outcome you're looking for. What emotional need, the other way we might say it is, what emotional need do you think their desired action or behavior or response is going to fulfill for you? The fourth step is to assume your partner's perspective and take a guess at how they might experience that statement that you wrote. And I would have you write down all the possibilities, all the possible ways in which you imagine they might respond. And to each of those possibilities, notice your own emotional investment in each one. So that is going to inform you of any subconscious agenda that you have, which your partner, as I said before, they are going to pick up on it. Okay, so I would have you write down all the emotions you feel as you go through each one of these scenarios in detail, so that you are fully aware of your own emotional range with respect to this communication. The fifth step would be to consider how you might rephrase, now that you've gone through this process of examining your emotions, what the intention is, what you're trying to accomplish. Now that you're becoming increasingly clear about what your emotional agenda is with this communication, now consider how you might rephrase that initial statement to be more emotionally honest. Okay. And write down those new possibilities. What are the new things that you might say? Okay. And the last step is basically to repeat steps 1 through 5 until you feel like you've become totally aware of your subconscious motivations and agendas. And then proceed what feels like the most authentic action to take and or statement to make. And realizing, now that you've really had a dialogue and you've been in conversation with the parts of yourself that are compelling you, realizing now that you may not get the outcome that you're still hoping for. And it doesn't mean you can't hope for it anymore, but it means now that you're in deeper dialogue with the part of you that hopes. And so you are, now the hope is there, you allow for it, you're experiencing it, it may be on your mind, but it's not compelling you. And it is not going to come across to your partner as a pushy agenda, right? It's just a feeling that you're holding. Okay. So I wanted to just share those steps with you, the 3 questions and those 6 steps with you, to help you look at how you might share attachment styles and or this information about attachment wounding with someone that you are with.